Peep the concrete chronicles, my secret origins honest. Every hustle's first appearance, putting paper on the harness. Got a super villain plot twist for the crooked politicians. Me and my crew are heroes on a whole different mission. They see the flashy jewels, that's just a secret identity. My real superpower is surviving this vicinity. Doing the
Welcome to Secret Identities Podcast with your host, the tenacious T-Dubb, and I am your savvy Savage Jody. We are here to bring you news, reviews, discussion, maybe a few laughs about everything in the comics, TV, movie, and media landscape. Deja vu. How you doing today, T-Dubb?
Yes, I'm doing well. Just watch the groundhog walk past. Yeah.
For those of us just joining you, we just recorded 20 minutes of this podcast and lost it for some damn reason. So we're back.
So what we'll do as a favor to you is we won't make you go to the theater to catch those extra 7 minutes so you'll understand the next episode.
We're going to edit it.
You can just watch it on.
When we find those 7 minutes, we're going to edit them back in to the movie and resell you this episode for free.
That's it.
For those of you that are not prescriptions,
not
subscribed to our Patreon,
y'all got any more of those prescriptions?
you just missed out on one hell of a Marvel rant from me. So, I'm officially exhausted and ready to take a nap. Not my best moment. My profanity-laden anti-Marvel speech.
Yeah.
It's not safe for work on that side, guys. Sorry.
No. It's not. It ain't safe. It's not.
We had a very full week of San Diego Comic-Con news.
Yeah, we did. A plethora of news. We got a lot of news from Marvel and DC. Even though DC said they were holding back some on the news, they're saving some. They did drop an incredible Lanterns trailer, which we'll go a little bit more in depth about. Marvel was full steam ahead. They did the big Hall H thing where Robert Downey Jr. came out as in his green suit as Dr. Doom. A lot of the cast came out, previous cast members from Fox, Sony movies, and the Disney Marvel movies that we know. And a lot of animation news, comic news, big announcements from the big artists, just everyone trying to upstage everyone. Marvel did have a change of plans. They decided to hold back on the X-Men reboot movie changes or castings for that matter. A lot of leaks been going around for the last couple of weeks on who they announced who's playing who, right off the heels of the hot animated X-Men 97 season 2 cartoon that's full steam ahead. I think we're 5 episodes in out of 9. I got to play a little catch up on that. I saw the first 4, but they were really good.
5.
We'll talk about that a little bit too.
5's getting some hate, dude. 5 is getting some hate. All those people, they're like, everybody was saying this series is perfect, hit a wall at 5, and they're like, dude, what?
Yeah. No, but I think it was a story that was pretty fun because I liked that character, and to shed a little bit of light on there. Did it need it to happen in the middle? I don't think so. Still, because they're saying season 3 is already finished. So they're putting the finishing touches on that because it won't be the same amount of time that passed between season 1 and 2. So fans that are fans of that series it's good to hear that season 3 will be following up season 2 faster than 1 to 2.
Mutant flashcards.
Yeah, pretty much. But I enjoy it. A big fan of X-Men, especially old stuff compared to the new crap. So looking forward to finishing up that series. We were talking about Supergirl about to hit streaming next week. And they are doing the streaming and the Blu-ray DVD release in the same week or the same 2 weeks. But and Jody was talking a little bit more about how it's kind of getting a second chance to redeem itself because you have a lot of casual fans, a lot of streamers that didn't make it out to the theaters to see Supergirl be able to formulate their own opinion when they see it on streaming on HBO Max. So some people are looking forward to that. If you want to see what all the hype was about and was not about, in my opinion, we will be checking that out. I made a
prediction when we reviewed that movie that when it got released on streaming, I would see a headline that says that DC's box office bomb gets a second life in streaming. And when I do, I'm going to put it over here. And Telly doesn't think that's going to happen. Telly thinks everybody's going to hate it.
It's not.
And they're
going to hate it again.
In the original version of this episode that we're now redoing, I said that I promise you when it happens, I'm going to put that screenshot over here. And then an arrow going up to him that says, I told you so. Because it's not because I think it's a good movie. It's just that those of us that went to see that movie, we were invested to see that movie. We knew it was coming. We knew it was to come. When it came out, we had expectations to disappoint. People on streaming services that didn't go out and see that movie, it's just a thing. It popped up for free because they were already paying for the service, and people were overwhelmingly generous to things that they see on streaming services because they're like, oh, I didn't have to pay for this, so it's free. It's pretty good for free. It's a fallacy because, of course, they're paying for the streaming service. But so I have a feeling that sentiment is going to get a lot of people to say, this isn't as bad as I thought it was. Not to mention the fact that people that hated on it and didn't give it a chance the first time will get an opportunity to rewatch it for free. And now that their expectations are disappointed, they can come away with a better sense of what that movie is. Again, not a perfect movie. My review of that doesn't change, but I think it was not as bad as the critics made it out to be, and I think it'll do okay in streaming. And we'll tell I told you so when the headline happens.
And you guys that won't get to see that screenshot next week because he's not going to put it up.
I didn't say next week. I didn't say next week, but you will see it this month. I promise you. I promise you I will see that in my feed, and when I see it, I'm going to screenshot it. I'm going to think of all of you.
I apologize to all our viewers out there that for the unnecessary slander of that slogan of that actually happening. It won't happen because it's a terrible movie. When you look at trash, it's still trash at the end of the day, whether you put it on your TV screen or a gigantic screen in the theater that you pay $25 for a ticket, hoping to see a movie that has something to do with a Superman world movie where you feel like you didn't see a Superman movie. You were duped from the beginning. You'll be duped again if you watch it. Don't watch it.
You might even say he's going to be making a Duke face.
I will. I'll make a Flint and a Duke face. I'll make a split face, and both of them are sad. I'm just like, this is. If I was Two-Face, I would say, look what they did to me. This movie sucks. Anyway, moving on to a movie where I actually already have the screenshot that I can share with you, and that's Masters of the Universe. I just watched that with my son, my 7-year-old, a little while ago, before this podcast, and he loved it. He didn't get a chance to go witness this movie in the theater, and even though it had a sad box office, this movie was proven on Amazon Prime. It is #1 right now on streaming. It was a great movie. I watched it for the second time. I even saw some things and heard some things that I didn't see or hear the first time when I went to see this movie.
Did you see?
And I thought it was a great movie again. No, but I did see him with the sniper rifle.
Yeah.
And he took a shot. I don't remember seeing that in the theater.
No, you did.
I thought he just stood there and made faces.
No, when they were in the cave, he took a shot. Yeah. But,
he did.
You know, the fact that they didn't have him change eyes at all made no sense. And that sniper shot would have been a perfect time for him to have like a sniper eye at least.
But the sniper shot was too. It was like if he were where we play on Castle Grayskull being in the backyard of the castle in Eternia, he could have that was the same distance that he used. You don't use a sniper rifle when you're at point blank range.
He could have used Nerf, right? He could have Nerf shot him from that range, right?
That Triclops needs to go to Easy Eye Care and get his contacts checked for all 3 eyes.
Maybe
because that fool was too close.
Maybe he doesn't have his other Clopses yet, and that's why he's such a bad shot. Maybe next movie, maybe he's going to get an extra Clops per movie, And by He-Man 3, he's going to be Triclops. Maybe if the saga goes on long enough, we'll get to see Quadclops.
Well, my son did not like the scene where they destroyed Moss Man. He said he wanted to learn more about him. And he thought,
there's something that got cut
he just
out.
like, what?
There's a scene that got cut out. Did you know about this?
Where he was, because they spent 15 hours putting the makeup on that poor guy.
There's a scene where
melted down like that.
I don't know if you know this, but in the original Dolph Lundgren Punisher, there was a contest, and the kid that won the contest got to be in the movie.
Yeah, Pig Boy or something.
Boy. Well, Pig Boy was actually one of Skeletor's minions in the new movie. He's in.
I did see that.
Well, apparently there's a cut scene. There's a scene that got cut out of the movie where Skeletor made Pig Boy eat Moss Man's moss after he gets disintegrated. Like, what the hell?
That sounds like some Jared Leto stuff. Like,
I've seen screenshots of it though. It's real. It's real stuff. That's not some made up stuff.
So I did find out today. I read that I'm assuming they had some big drone thing for the Masters of the Universe at the premiere.
Share that with you. Yeah.
I think you should have. Well, from what I heard, like Supergirl, in the next 2 weeks, they're releasing the streaming on HBO Max plus the Blu-ray. Well, Masters of the Universe He-Man movie got released last week on streaming, but they're holding the Blu-ray release back to October because they're putting a lot more extras on it, and they're putting the entire drone extravaganza on the Blu-ray as an extra. So for fans that's trying to get it on Blu-ray, it's not coming out till October.
I don't know if that's cool or not. Like, I guess it's something, but like they really had to be searching for value.
I think the big reason.
Go ahead.
Well, no. The other thing too is that the Blu-ray, the complete series of the He-Man cartoon is being re-released. I think it's this week or next week. And it's being reproduced in 4K for Blu-ray release, and they're putting a ton of extras on that. It's like an anniversary edition. So I think they didn't want the movie Blu-ray to coincide and kind of mess up the release, because they've been waiting for this animated TV show release complete series for a while. I think it got pushed back a whole year. Because if I'm not mistaken, I read on He-Man.org that they're adding some never before seen things on a few episodes that would be included only with this Blu-ray. So that's marketing. That's fine. I can wait. I can watch it on streaming. The drone
thing's a little weird thing to add on as value-added material, because it's like somebody telling you, "Hey, I filmed the fireworks for you." You'll be like, "Yeah, not going to watch that."
Well, I think it was more or less something big with it, but. Either way,
it's. I think it was very cool, but it's kind of an ephemeral thing to see. It's not the kind of thing you want to like. Hey, let's put on the drone footage thing again. You know, nobody wants to watch that 5 times, so it's a weird thing to add as value-added material. I'd rather hear some of the creators talk about He-Man than see somebody do some drones with He-Man stuff. It's just like, I could have done that with a light ray sitting in my living room, man.
Yeah, it looks like it. They're He-Man fans is a huge fan base. Piggybacking off of that, you probably, knowing me as long as you've known me, for over 30 years, one of my favorite animated movies of all time, because it was so ahead of itself in the animation and the voice acting was, and the story for itself, is Transformers 86.
I knew it.
The animated movie. It's being re-released in theaters in 4K for the first time.
Oh, so we could traumatize a whole new generation of children.
Oh, no. Hold on there, buddy, before you get into that. It's being re-released in theaters September 17th, and I will be going. But this goes back as a flashback. I'll tell you a little bit about. You've heard the story before. But there is, for the first time ever, there's going to be an added after credit scene that gives away a huge thing that they cut from the original movie that they animated in 4K and they're putting at the end of the movie. I dug up the proposed scene, and I'm not giving it away here to spoil everything, but I'll tell you off camera what it is. It's something very subtle. I thought it was kind of neat to fit into the whole nostalgia thing of Optimus Prime dying in this movie.
Yeah, those of you that do not know, the 86 Transformers movie coaxed a whole bunch of children into the theater with cartoon pictures and candy, and then killed one of their favorite characters in front of them. Parents were outraged with the crying children they had to deal with. So,
and they wrote letters, and there was a kid that locked himself in his closet for 3 days.
Yeah,
it's actually on the DVD as an extra on the previous anniversary releases.
It's pretty.
But movie's huge.
Loving it.
I can't wait. Yeah, but I didn't see it either. The old story of me going to my parents taking me to see it, dropping me off at the Jerry Lewis Theater out in Forestville, Maryland, where I grew up at in 86, going to see that movie, and they paid my way. Back then, you could let kids go to the theaters and not have to worry about too much stuff.
Theater, man.
I went in, watched that movie, came out. My dad asked me, I got in the back of the car, and my dad asked me, how did I like the movie? I said, oh, it was awesome. The music, everything, it was great. Animation was great. I said, all that except for the kids that were crying. And he goes, kids crying? I thought you went to see a Transformers movie. I was like, I did. He never understood that. He was like, what do you mean? Why were kids crying in this movie?
Man, you know what?
And the whole thing, it's like, I distinctly remember sitting in that theater and it's dark and I'm here and kids blowing their noses on napkins and parents consoling, and I'm looking around like, wow. It was pretty sad because if you know me, I have that CD in my car and I play it several times weekly, or now on my streaming device on my phone, and I play that music of when the orchestrated music of when he passes away on the table, and the sadness of that music is so eerie. I remember it. It rings in my head all the time. So, yeah. I mean, they never did that before.
Since you mentioned your dad not understanding something, and we're talking about conventions, we usually tell the story.
Yeah. He was doing a detail for work up in DC, and this was one of the first awesome cons. And he's sitting at home watching the news that night, and he calls me up during the 10 o'clock news, and he goes, oh, that convention that you and Jody went for, where y'all were exhibiting at. He said, I saw that convention that you guys went to, the BronyCon, the My Little Pony convention. He said, so y'all dressed up in those unicorn outfits? Which one was the head? Which one was the back? He tells me to cut on the news, and I cut the news on. And I'm watching these dudes walk around in these pony costumes, and I'm going, is this what he thinks we do at comic conventions? I was like, oh my gosh.
And
that was insane.
There's our episode thumbnail right there.
Yeah. I'm sure there's pictures online somewhere of BronyCon.
Yeah, BronyCon in Baltimore. Yeah. He was watching. Yeah. We were doing a thing in DC, but the BronyCon was in Baltimore that year. He's seeing it on TV. Yeah.
That was crazy. And he sees firsthand because he works up in DC, and he sees all those costume people walking around. And I mean, he knows Superman and Batman and Wonder Woman, but when he sees all those Deadpools and Harley Quinns, and now at comic conventions, you're going to see Dr. Dooms, you're going to see Fantastic Four, you're going to see James Gunn Supermans. You're going to see a lot of different characters. So, just imagine seeing all of that is kind of crazy. But would you know, speaking of the Transformers 86, I guess the people that put together these Transformer cons, I don't think they kickstarted it, but I guess they had the money to put it together. They have a re-release of the vinyl of the Transformers the movie '86 soundtrack, as well as a cassette tape special edition, the vinyl, the CD, and a host of other things with bonus songs. They had a band go in and remix some of the songs and remaster the songs on the soundtrack, and it's called the Transformers 1986 animated movie Apology Tour. And I'll send you the screenshot so you can bug them in. Well, it's the Apology Tour for killing off Optimus Prime. So it's
unless
this whole
that cassette
new
tape turns
marketing.
into a little jackal or a bird, I'm not interested.
Well, I mean, you had to be there. Another fun fact: one of our favorite movies, Rocky, one of the song engineers or orchestrated music engineers, Vince DiCola, actually did a couple of suites from Rocky and the Drago suites that were interpolation and used in the Transformers '86 soundtrack. So the Unicorn suite actually has a sample of the Drago suite on the Rocky soundtracks. I'm a fan of both. Yeah, Vince DiCola.
I know you love scores. Yeah, you're the one person I know. I know there are people in the world that love music scores, and you're the one person I know that loves them.
Oh, dude! And see, this is crazy because all the research I've done. I own a ton of soundtracks, and I have a bunch of them on my phone.
I know you do.
Because I listen to them when I'm drawing, or if I'm sleeping or trying to relax, or if I'm jogging or exercising. The times that I do that. Of course, the Rocky soundtracks. There's no other inspirational soundtrack you can have when you're out running and trying to push yourself past the limit of running one block or 100 yards. For some of us, that's a big achievement. But dude, that Rocky theme, any of those tracks will push you to. It's something about it, man. It just really puts you in the mood. But I love those orchestrated soundtracks. Hans Zimmer, he's done tons of the Man of Steel soundtrack, the Nolan Batmans, the Wonder Woman themes, all of that, man. I love that stuff, and it's really cool. But little did I know, I had to text you that day when people were ragging on the Supergirl movie when they were talking about I had a lot of bad needle drops, and I was like, "What's that?" And the needle drop thing was for me to like soundtracks and scores is when they drop those things. A lot of those movies, famous movies, when they do those needle drops because Rocky IV, I can name them all. I can watch the movie and tell you what the name of the song or the score is when it drops in that movie. So yeah, so to learn something else about movie making, animated movies, live action, those type of things are really cool.
And I tell you what, that is one thing I think is totally fair criticism of Supergirl. The needle drops were terrible. And and I think, not only were they bad, I think they were especially bad because everybody walked in that movie thinking James Gunn. And James Gunn is notorious for having great movie soundtracks. So to walk into that movie and have it be as bad as it was. Now not a criticism, but the Master Universe soundtrack was off the wall. It wasn't bad.
Oh, dude, from the beginning, from listening to that, I told you when they released the soundtrack the day the movie came out, I didn't see it till the following day. They put that soundtrack, that score on YouTube Music, and I was banging that in the car, and I was just like, that main theme, the eternity, because it loops throughout the movie, that was dope. I was like, man, this is good. And then my son, he's getting into it because he has a ALEXA, and he starts listening to songs. He asked me what the name of the song was when they dropped the Queen Highlander theme, and I thought that he picked up on that, and he's like, "What song is that?" And I know he'll be up in his room listening to that song because it's very catchy, and I thought it was a fitting needle drop. But I love the comedic side because when they're walking through that hole in the cave, all that smoke and fog, and they start coughing and stuff. I thought that was pretty funny when they did that. So
that movie definitely deserved better than a bomb at the box office. The He-Man movie.
Yeah.
We could fight all day about the value of the Supergirl movie, but I think I reviewed the He-Man movie better than you did by a couple of points. Actually, I think that movie was just way under.
And then seeing it, seeing it again and seeing some things that I didn't notice. I love the fact that Amazon. I don't know if a lot of streaming sites do this, but I love that Amazon put all the after credit scenes on there as well. So I showed him those too. So he had questions about the other character that'll be showing up hopefully in the sequels, the Skeletor one, and the other ones as well. So yeah, he left it all.
She-Ra. I hope they take a while to get to She-Ra. Not because I mind She-Ra. It's just like I said, that movie was already dark enough, and you don't need Hordak yet. You need to get some bright Eternia before you go do Hordak. All right, I'm sidetracking the show.
No, you good. Just getting at the things that have been going on.
I know
with everything that's coming out.
That we brushed on Lanterns, but on our first iteration of this episode, we actually discussed a little bit what was going on in the Lanterns episodes. That first trailer dropped, and my mind was blown that they mentioned Manhunters in the trailer, which was kind of a weird...
I heard that.
It was a weird thing for me because when they originally announced this, my understanding was it was supposed to be like a buddy cop, Hal Jordan, Jon Stewart, in training, but it was going to be very much like... They said it was going to be very much like True Detective Season 1 with Woody Harrelson and Matthew McConaughey. And they were supposed to be on the trail of a serial killer that was going to be Blackhand, played by Garrett Dillahunt. So to have Atrocitus mentioned in the casting and have the Manhunters mentioned in the trailer, I don't know what this show's going to be anymore. I thought it was going to be grounded, but those are not grounded.
That's a tough call.
And they show that the Manhunters might be shapeshifters in it, which is an aside from continuity. So I don't hate it, but you guys know how I feel about continuity at this point. So I think I'm in good hands. I don't really like the guy they has cast as Hal Jordan, but I get the impression that Sinestro is also in that trailer, but I get the impression that he's actually locked in one of the science cells on Oa. So he might play like a Hannibal Lecter type character in this movie, where Hal keeps going to him for advice on tracking down this villain. Interesting, really interesting dynamic. If they're doing that, that's really interesting. 9 episodes. I looked it up before on our last version. So.
Oh, 9?
9, yes.
Wow. That's
starting like August 7th, I think. So it starts next week.
No, is that true?
I think so. Yeah. Let's see. Lanterns release date August 16th. So soon.
August. Yeah, that's real soon. I'm looking forward to that. Lanterns looks like it's going to be good. 9 episodes. So I'm assuming they're going to be released weekly. I
think it's going to be a slow burn. Like I said, I don't really like who they cast as Hal. And Hal's kind of a jerk in the comic books at times, but I feel like the guy they got playing him is a little too grizzled. I think he's
that guy. What other shows? What other shows did he play in?
I don't know.
I seen him. Didn't he play a father in something? Trying to remember.
Kyle Chandler is his name. God, Aaron Pierre, do not smile like that ever again. You should see this.
Did you see him at the premiere? At the at San Diego Comic Con, he had Green Lantern specially made Green Lantern sneakers on.
That's awesome.
It was pretty cool. Yeah. He was
Friday
dressed
Night
down.
Lights, the TV show.
Yeah. I think he played a father in that.
He's in Game Night with Jason Bateman, Mayor of Kingstown. He's in Wolf of Wall Street.
Yeah. Okay.
Super 8. He's probably in Super 8. I think he played the cop in Super 8.
Yeah, I remember him Friday Night Lights. I think I remember that for a short time. That was a good one.
In Jamie Foxx movie called Back in Action in 2025. Vanishing Midnight Sky. He was in Argo. Argo was a good movie. David Earnsted still. Another Jamie Foxx movie, The Kingdom. That's Jamie Foxx, right?
Sounds familiar.
Nothing's really jumping out. Yeah, I don't love him in this role. I just think he plays a little too grizzled for Hal. Hal's a pretty boy test pilot. He's not a grizzled, cowboy character. So the characterization, I think, is a little off. And they imply very heavily that Hal's going to die in this series.
Oh wow! I didn't hear that.
Well, it's a point of discussion that Hal is training his replacement. So he says in the theater that you'll get that ring over my dead body. So for Aaron Pierre to get the ring, it's strongly implied that Hal will die. Now, we know how Green Lantern rings. Well, it's a saga on how we got 3 Earthling Green Lanterns, because before Hal there were none. But apparently Hal, John, and Guy were all equally worthy of the Green Lantern ring. It just went to the closest one when Abin Sur died. So
how did Guy Gardner get his ring?
He was he found the crashed ship of Abin Sur. Retroactively, they made it that Abin was actually trying to get the news of, I think, Parallax to Oa when he crash landed on Earth, and because he was the nearest person to Abin Sur of great will that could conquer fear, the ring went to him when Abin Sur died. I think at that time, I think Guy Gardner was in a coma. So John Stewart was the next one.
I think I remember reading that.
Lost his ring. But, so either way, it doesn't matter. That's one problem with the Green Lantern lore, is that it was strongly implied in the comic books that lanterns didn't think that humans could be good lanterns. And Hal Jordan kind of showed him up. And then you had John Stewart became a lantern, wow, there's 2 of them. And then Guy Gardner, wow, there's 3 of them. And then Kyle Rayner, holy crap, there's a lot of them. So, why do we have so many lanterns in Sector 2814? It's there's supposed to be 1 lantern. We got a whole damn bunch of lanterns. So, and then that's not even counting Jessica Cruz and Simon Baz. I heard a rumor that Simon Baz got killed.
I think I heard that too, which is weird.
And
I think I heard that too.
Apparently, Jessica Cruz is a character in the new Superman cartoon.
Yeah, the My Adventures with Superman.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I think I heard that too.
He is not permanently killed off in the main continuity. Okay, so he's alive.
You said he's not?
That's what the AI says, but what does AI know?
Oh yeah, what do they know?
But Well, Simon Baz is a weird character, anyways, because he actually is a cover-up.
Yeah.
If
I've
you remember in the New 52, when the Justice League book was running and Jim Lee got behind. No, the Free Comic Book Day, first year New 52, and Jim Lee had drawn that that Justice League preview. He drew Hal Jordan in that book, but he didn't know that Jeff Johns had made an arrangement for Green Lantern to be completely separate from everything. And Hal had lost his ring at that time, so he found out after the fact, and he said, well, we'll just make another character. So the reason Simon Baz has a full-face cover-up outfit is because he designed that costume to cover up for the fact that it was actually Hal in the original art.
Oh, okay. What's your favorite design for Green Lantern? Villains 2. Atrocitus, Parallax,
Full stop.
Kyle Rayner's first suit.
Hal Jordan, Parallax, and 0 Hour. Full stop is the answer to that question. The 0 Hour Parallax costume is just, if that could have been permanent Green Lantern costume, would have been amazing. Now,
with the cape and everything,
even with the cape, yeah. And a second runner up for me would be Kyle Rayner's Ion costume, where he's got like.
I do remember that. Yeah, I do remember that. Yeah, they got some good ones. It's something to drop in if you want.
I'll
get
for sure. People be like,
and the viewers out there, if you got a favorite Green Lantern costume, please share with us, or artists for that matter.
Segue for putting our contact information in the episode. We usually forget to do that at the end of the episode.
Remember, if you want to contact us, you can reach us by email. secretidentitiesmedia@gmail.com. contact@secret-identities.com. Or on any of our socials, secret_identities_media on Instagram, sec_ident_media on X Twitter, secret_identities_pod on TikTok, or just search Secret Identities on Facebook. You can find links for these in the show notes wherever you found us, on the title card at the end of the show, or just scan the QR code on your screen for our link tree.
Yeah. See, I gave you that.
I wanted to see if I could find that art cover up. Man, I wonder what. So what other news did we have?
Oh man, so much. It's hard to keep track of it. So we got some new artists and creators that are going to be doing books for DC. First of all, I'd like to give props to Jamal Campbell. He won an Eisner Award at San Diego Comic-Con for his work on Zatanna for DC Comics. It was DC's first Eisner since Watchmen for one of their comics. I think it's a huge accomplishment for a young artist.
You mean since?
No, Watchmen, 1985, 1986 Watchmen.
Wow.
Yeah.
I gotta
so that makes me want to check out Zatanna with Jamal Campbell. He's an African American artist, writer. Check his stuff out. I'm hearing great things about that.
Interesting. Wow.
Also, they have a Vixen series was announced by Stephanie Williams, new up-and-coming writer, African-American writer, and it's going to be drawn by a very good friend of mine, Kari Randolph, who is a Marvel artist, DC artist. He drew Robin War, he drew Tech Jacket from Skybound. he's a very great artist, and he's going to be drawing Vixen. Vixen is they've been trying. You and I have had conversations. Been trying for years for her to get on. I don't know. I think from this point of view, I'm curious to see how it's going to go. Hopefully, they got like
art is going to be great. The book is not going to last, dude. I'm sorry. Like I said to you in that text message.
Yeah, I've seen the promo art for it. It looks great.
Like they had been trying to make Vixen happen for Jarrett's whole life. Vixen was a prominent character in Batman Brave and the Bold. She was a prominent character in Legends of Tomorrow. She had her own CW miniseries animated, which went straight to the app. I mean, like they've been investing a lot into her as their it's tokenism, man. Like they want to have a strong female character, a strong character of color, and they're like, oh, she checks both those boxes. Let's do her. But I don't really think her power set is that interesting, man. She's just basically Animal Man. So like I just kind of feel like they're choosing her for the wrong reasons. It's like it's not a bad character, but she just does not have the substance to support main character energy. I don't think.
Yeah, it is definitely
I'm sure Kari's going to do great work.
Kind of weird.
Awesome, but I don't know. I don't see this being the thing to springboard that character into the into the mainstream. And part of the reason that's important was we didn't discuss it on the podcast because we don't really run after controversy, but there was actually a poorly planned DC boycott earlier this year because people were criticizing DC because they had not had a black character-centered book as an ongoing series in print for over 2 years.
Yeah.
Which is a weird qualification because you had to do a whole lot of mental gymnastics to skip over some things for that to be true. Well, because it had to be main continuity, so the Green Lantern of the Absolute Universe didn't count, and this book didn't count because that was a limited series. So you're doing a lot of mental gymnastics, but then it got canceled back, and people were like, "You guys don't realize what the hell you're protesting against. Your boycott's dumb." So they kind of got shut down pretty quickly. But this roster of new characters seems to be DC's response to that criticism. So if that is the case, it's really silly to choose this character that you've had so many issues getting off the ground before. So.
Yeah, definitely. The titles that were announced were Vixen, and these are all African American, contrary to that stupid boycott they had going on.
Right.
Vixen by Stephanie Williams and Carrie Randolph. Static is by a writer I've heard of, but now that I read up on him, I am more intrigued because of what he's accomplished so far at a young age. His name's Cody Ziegler. He had his most notable works. He's written Miles Morales Spider-Man for Marvel, Spider-Punk, also written for TV shows Futurama, Rick and Morty, She-Hulk Attorney at Law, which might be a strike against him, Robot Chicken, and Craig of the Creek. I don't know if you've ever seen Craig of the Creek, but my son watches that. That show is freaking hilarious, man. And I said, this guy has got. So they announced him as the new Static writer.
Yeah.
And if he can incorporate some of that comedy into this, I definitely, I'm gonna pick up the book anyway.
Static's one of those characters that honestly, it doesn't even have to be done well for it to sell well. So, like, people just have a lot of fan goodwill for Static. So, like, that one could have some staying power, but I hope it's good. I mean, I think that the biggest hurdle with Static is trying to find a way for him to make it in the main DCU, which has never had...
Well, you remember, next month he debuts as a member of Titans.
I understand.
That issue 38 comes out next month.
Yeah. But I really don't feel like he's going to get an opportunity to stand out there because nobody does. Nobody stands out at Titans. Titans, even other characters didn't stand out of Titans. Titans has been like the Robin book, right? It's like the only buddy that really gets any play in that book is Robin, and then maybe Starfire's physique. You know, there's been a bunch of weird kids, like what's his name? Barricade, that kid with the purple bricks, and there's been a whole bunch of kids running in and out of Titans that just skitter, you know, during the what's his name? Brett Booth era on Titans.
New 52.
Yeah, it was New 52, just after New 52. So like, it's just Titans just seems to be in the hands of bad writers. It just seems to be an opportunity for people to have Robin tell people what to do, and it just not a whole lot of good comes out of it. Plus, because they're teens, everything has to be like really melodramatic drama BS. So Wonder Girl, Cassie Sandmark, Wonder Girl, those characters just kind of like. I think that it's been looking for. Nobody's ever given that book the love that Perez gave that book, really. So like. I think they just need to get a good writer on there. So I have a feeling that Static's not going to get a good showing in that book. He really needs to be a solo character like he was in the Malibu, in the Milestone universe. I would say Malibu. But I don't like the new look either. I don't like the new design either. I think the design that they have him in is a little too complicated, and I don't like the Static Shock chest logo either. That it's just a weird looking logo, man. The circle with the wavy lightning bolt inside.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that is weird.
It's like they wanted to do something, but they didn't want to look too much like the Flash or Shazam. But I think that they're all your characters. You're not stepping on anybody's toes, but the circle with the wavy lightning bolt just ain't working. Do something else.
Yeah. Definitely a weird choice. We got a Batman Cape Crusader season 2 coming up. I believe the season premiere season 2 is this Friday. So I gotta watch season 1.
It was a decent show. Yeah. Like I told you, my biggest criticism of the show is the redesigns. The redesigns of the villains, woof. Harley Quinn on that show, awful.
Yeah. I heard they've been making a lot of liberty changes to a lot of the established characters.
Bruce Timm used to do it too. Bruce Timm made some changes to the characters. You know, even in his own run, he went from the standard Jonathan Crane Scarecrow to the Scarecrow with the noose around his neck. You know, so he went from regular Joker with the yellow eyes to Joker with the black eyes. So he did changes within his own run, but nothing I felt was so divergent from. I'll put an image up in the side here to show what Cape Crusaders Harley Quinn looks like. But
that premiere is coming up. What else we got? The X-Men movie cast. We were talking about that earlier. It's going to be pushed back to D23.
We didn't talk about Black Panther.
Oh yeah, they in Hall H. Marvel announced the new casting for Black Panther, which a lot of people, I guess, they were divided.
Well,
the first thing they did that was noticeable is that they time jumped the character's age, because in Black Panther 2, He was a kid,
Right.
and now he's middle-aged adult. So, I'm going to see how that plays out. It's due December of 2028.
Marvel Magic.
2028, December 2028, and David Johnson has been cast as Prince T'Challa II. Ryan Coogler is coming back to direct, and Denzel Washington has been confirmed as a role, and I think a lot of that's due to the relationship and promise he had with Chadwick Boseman. And you guys, I'll let you dig up the history on that. I'm assuming that Black Panther may have a role in Secret Wars as opposed to Endgame. So maybe something in that.
Well, first off, when I saw him, first thing I thought of was Sam Obisanya from Ted Lasso, which you won't get the reference, but like he's got Sam Obisanya energy. But what's remarkable is how small he is. They're gonna have to have platform shoes or something, because having him stand next to M'Baku, the guy who plays M'Baku, I don't remember his name.
Oh no, he was on stage with him.
I know
at the announcement.
I know.
Yeah, he was the same. He was the same height as Shuri.
Dude, that dude is small. Like, I was like, wait, what? Like, his name is Winston Duke. Winston Duke towered over him by like 2.5 feet. Like, what the heck?
Yeah. I
really think they made a mistake by forcing Shuri into the Black Panther suit. I think the idea of Wakanda Forever should have been Wakanda uniting in absence of a Black Panther, and have M'Baku take a larger role in the defense of Wakanda, and then have Shuri take on the role of White Panther like she does in the comic books. But and then you could have paved the way for this kid to be T'Challa's successor, but I kind of feel like the story of Wakanda Forever was another one of those stories that was just a total mess, man.
Yeah. It's definitely a weird take on that. Not sure how that's going to work. But again, definitely a different direction, and, as far as their casting, They say they got more of the X-Men casting coming in D23. Trying to find out when that is.
I gave my opinion on X-Men last week. I just think that I'm so over what they're doing with X-Men. So unless they do something different with X-Men this time around, I don't care who they cast. They could cast all new, all different, all women X-Men. You could have a woman Wolverine, and I would not give a crap, because they're just doing the same stuff that they're always doing. So,
that's true.
Unless they're going to do something other than the people hate mutant story, I'm just not. I'm not invested, because it's the same ham-fisted BS. And then, so
there's a chance. There's a chance that they could go with X-23 as Wolverine in this movie, in this set of X-Men. I think that would make sense, because Hugh Jackman could be ushered out, and whatever happens to him in Doomsday or Secret Wars, and then you have X-23 in his place that fit in with the kids in this age group. So I think that kind of works.
Well, because
in that case,
because Logan is the healing factor, timeless old man guy, it doesn't matter what age he is; he's always going to be older than the rest of the X-Men. So I don't think that's an issue. You just have to throw away the plot where he's got a wood for Jean Grey, right? Which never goes anywhere anyways, other than infighting with.
That's just. I think that's just to piss off James Marsden. He was at the Hall H I thought that was funny. I thought you would have brought that up, but you said you didn't see any of that coverage.
I did.
He was there.
None of this stuff was in my feed for the most part.
He was there. Oh, it was hilarious. He was there. So one of your favorite
him as who you might know as Lois Lane's boyfriend.
No, they said not his most famous role, but his second famous role is actually no, his third famous role, because it's Lois Lane's baby daddy in Superman Returns. Then it's the guy in Sonic the Hedgehog. 4 movies he's done. 4, and then it's Cyclops. So
first off, Westworld comes way before Cyclops.
Who watched that? I don't know. Was Ice Cube in Westworld?
Everyone watched Westworld. It's like the whole world watched Westworld. Westworld was
not this guy.
Westworld was what you should watch. Westworld. You should watch it. The first
Westworld rhymes too much with Supergirl, so I can't. So
trust me, you're missing out on season 1 of Westworld.
I heard it was good. I never got around.
If you like villains, as much as you say you do, watch Westworld season 1.
I'll give it a try.
The man in black in Westworld season 1. Like, not only is he a badass villain, the turn in that show is like, what?
If you go on Tubi and watch the entire season of Wildcats, the animated series, I will watch Westworld. Deal or no deal?
I almost did that already. Like I was like,
almost.
You know what?
Almost doesn't count.
That theme song, man. The Westworld theme song is better than
Hey, Wildcats. All I got to say is,
they're
you know, by the way, D23, the Ultimate Disney Fan Fest, is August 14th, 15th, and 16th, so that's coming soon too. But all I got to say is that something you already know. The world ain't all sunshines and rainbows. It's a very mean and nasty place. That's all I got to say. And I don't care how tough you are.
If you let it.
You beat you down if you let it to your knees and keep you there permanently. If you let it, you, me, or nobody's going to hit it as hard as life. But it ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get it, hit, and keep moving forward. How much you can take and keep moving forward. That's how winning is done. That's it.
How winner's done.
Rocky.
You said it. You're wrong in
That's how winner's done.
That's how winner's done.
That's how winner's done. That's how winner's done. I'm going to put the suit on. I'm come out there and take him down.
I need to see if I can get myself a Rocky shirt. You know, I got all these shirts, like, and I'll see if I need to get myself a Rocky button up. See if that's out there.
Yeah, they do have the Rocky shirt with the speech that I just said.
Yeah, I know. I'm thinking about a button up. I think it'd be cool if I could find a Rocky button up shirt.
Well, you can get one made. I can get one made.
Yeah, I probably could. I mean, I feel like, in theory, I like this one when I got it. I feel a little bit like a bus, like the side of a van in the 70s or a Molly Hatchet cover.
That's funny.
Ooh. Hit.
Oh, they got one.
Maybe. There's a photo collage one. $15. Get the hell out of here.
Probably made out of tissue paper. Yeah, it's so much news that came out. That came out of SDCC San Diego Comic-Con. That it's an insane amount of news. Green Lantern Corps is another one that they announced. That's by an African American writer. So that one as well. The first trailer for Spaceballs 2 came out as well. Was shown at SDCC. It hasn't been on a national release yet, but that will be coming out. Dark Side versus the World, spinning out of DCKO, will be dropping later on this year. It's going to be drawn by Sanford Green, who's Bitterroot.
I love it.
So,
I love it.
Yeah, that's going to be good.
I found a shirt with Apollo in his full Uncle Sam get up, standing in a field of snow.
Oh, wow.
Jesus, it's awesome.
Yeah, that's crazy.
$40. I ain't paying no $40 for it. It's the Roosevelts. Roosevelts are all expensive. Sorry, I'm getting. I need to stop.
I read some news over the weekend since we're on the heels of the new Spidey movie. Sony had a canceled Sinister Six movie that was planned.
Which one?
And the Sinister Six
era?
Movie.
In the Garfield era.
Yeah, right after that. It was supposed to be a Sinister Six movie where the movie was called Sinister Six. It's no Spider-Man.
That's right.
And it was going to be the Vulture was set to lead the team with Rhino, Morbius, Kraven, Chameleon, and Venom.
That's right.
And the teams would have used Madam Web's powers to cross over into the MCU and plan to fight Tom.
So that wasn't Garfield era. That wasn't Garfield era.
It was after.
Well,
after Kraven and
there was a Vulture after credit sequence in Venom? No, in Morbius.
With who? With Michael Keaton?
Mm-hmm. There's a after credit sequence where Michael Keaton as the Vulture approaches Morbius to help him do a thing, which is probably the movie you're talking about.
Wow, that's crazy. Marvel released that they have a Predator versus Punisher 4-issue series coming later this year. Looks pretty interesting.
They've been doing those for
IDW.
Yeah. I mean,
well, they've been invigorating because the Predator and Godzilla license is open IP right now. So Marvel's been
really. How's that possible?
So yeah.
How's that possible?
They both been putting out books.
75 years old.
It
can't be open.
I don't know if it's open. No, it may not be open. I think Marvel has it because remember
How would it be at IMDb? How would it be IDW or Dark Horse? So Marvel is doing Punisher versus Predator.
Yeah.
Under Marvel. That's crazy. Okay, so they got the license right
now. No, I was checking. So, no, Predator and Godzilla are not open IP intellectual properties. They are strictly owned, copyrighted, and heavily licensed corporate properties. Predator, owned by 20th Century Studios, a subsidiary of Disney. Oh, so that's why.
That's why.
Comic book rights are currently held by Marvel Comics, another Disney company which publishes them. Godzilla, owned entirely by Japanese entertainment company Toho.
Toho, right.
Yeah, while comic book publishers like IDW and Marvel regularly license the characters for ongoing, Toho tightly controls all approvals. Okay, but yeah, they've been cashing in on these crossovers because you had Godzilla Power Rangers, Godzilla Justice League,
Godzilla vs. Marvel Universe a handful of years ago. 10 years ago.
Yeah, but they've done them, and then now all the Predator stuff has been Disney. They had Predator versus Hulk.
I want to say Godzilla got venomized in that thing.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, they
do such weird stuff at
Marvel. I mean, people have been buying it though. I mean, there's interesting stories to tell, especially when it's not continuity.
Yeah, but what's continuity at Marvel anymore?
Nothing. Because they keep starting
wait 5 minutes
back over number
one.
It
anyways, it just when I was reading the Hulk Was it Wills? Was it when Wills was supposed to be doing the Hulk, and he ended up getting hurt, and then like all the other artists came in to fill.
Oh no, that was
Silvestri.
Mark Silvestri.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I started reading that, because he was going to do the art, and I totally expected him to come back to the book. They had Hulk. They had this storyline where the Hulk was pissed at Banner. So every time he would change into the Hulk, he'd put Banner in a situation where Banner would get killed, hoping that he would get killed.
Hmm.
And at one of the issues, he woke up on a spaceship that was inhabited by these people that had gone cannibal and wanted to eat him. And one of the issues, he woke up and he was in a... I crap you not tell you, this was a part of the story. A backwater of Atlantis, where hillbilly Atlanteans wanted to make the sex to him and then eat him.
That's weird.
I'm like, Marvel, what are you doing, dude? Like, I was like, what? And that
is weird.
That was not subtext. It was not something I read into it. It wasn't some offline. It was a plot point. They were chasing after him and telling him how much they wanted to do the stuff to him and then eat him. Like, what the hell?
Wow.
God. Marvel. Marvel, what's wrong with you?
Crazy. The Coyote versus Acme.
Yeah, that movie. Yeah, it got resurrected, which is crazy. I didn't think you'd ever see that thing.
And the animation looks incredible. The trailer dropped. It's actually coming out next month, August 28th.
Really, Jarrett's gonna be excited about that. He was really mad when he heard they canceled it.
Yeah, that's going to be nice.
I think Will Forte sued Warner Brothers over that.
Yeah, that looks like it's going to be interesting. The Wolverine video game released a new trailer. Had Sabretooth and Omega Red in a fight scene that looked pretty awesome as well. So yeah, that's September 15th. That's creeping up pretty fast.
Yeah, Jared was just looking at it recently. I was on the impression it was out already, and he schooled me.
Yeah, that one looks good too. This is some news I'm surprised that you didn't send me. I think I sent it to you, but did you hear about the Stewie spinoff from Family Guy?
I heard about it from you.
Yeah,
that's it. I saw
that. Yeah, that looks good. They said the cast has been released. Stewie, voiced by Seth MacFarlane. Skunk, the 100-year-old class turtle, voiced by Aaron Lee. Bean, Stewie's classmate, who says barely any words because he was dropped on his head. BJ, Stewie's new classmate and son of Bruce, a neighbor of the Griffins, voiced by Mike Henry.
Bruce has a son?
Yeah.
Interesting. There's a reason why that's so interesting.
Raro, one of Stewie's new friends that hates the crazy adventures, voiced by Kenan Thompson from Saturday Night Live and Kenan and Kel. Morgan, Stewie's teacher, who parties more than teaching the kids, voiced by Vanessa Bayer. Wanda, Stewie's intellectual soulmate and object of affection, voiced by Melissa O'Neill. And Caroline, wannabe influencer and Stewie's formidable classroom nemesis, voiced by Jessica Lowe. So I let me see when this is coming out, because I'm looking forward to that.
Let's see. The fact that it's got Kenan in it, man, I got to tell you, if you would have asked me if I thought Kenan was going to be, let me see, it says IMDb says it's loading slow. If you asked me that Keenan was going to be a rock star when he grew up, man, I would have told you no. I was like, the kid from Good Burger? Like but that guy is hilarious, man. Like, he
is.
All the props, man. Honestly, he's just like, I don't have a high regard for Saturday Night Live. I think Saturday Night Live has been trash for decades, since Eddie Murphy left. With the occasional bright moment. But so
they have Stewie premiering. They Fox and Hulu have ordered 2 seasons, targeting a premiere. No, Fox and Hulu.
Oh,
Fox and Hulu, bro. Fox will show it, first day. Hulu gets it like second day.
It says 2027 for the first episode.
Yeah, 2027, 2028. Yeah. But you know what they'll do to be successful? You know what happens when they do that? They will premiere it probably, if not the day of the first football game in the fall for the fall season. They'll premiere before that football game, the first game of the season, or they'll premiere after or before the Super Bowl. That's what they'll do. Because everybody will watch it.
He has his detractors, but I am a shill for everything he does. I think his sense of humor hits for me. I think even though it's a lot of non sequitur comedy, it's always funny to me. I still watch Family Guy. I don't watch it episode to episode, but I still binge through every season when it comes out. I loved his movie, 1,000 Ways to Die in the West, cavalcaded cartoon comedy. I even liked the Cleveland Show. I binged it after it was canceled.
Yeah.
But the Cleveland Show was funny.
Yeah, it was.
So like I'm about it. I'm hopefully, and then here's another thing that surprised me. I love the Orville. When the Orville came out, I started watching it, and I watched the first few episodes. I was like, this is really kind of a dumb knockoff of Star Trek. But if you stick with that show is good. Probably better than any Star Trek. So, yeah, I'm about it. I'm about it. I think, he worked for Hanna-Barbera before Family Guy.
Yeah, I heard.
Yeah, so.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. The Punisher's got a bunch of one-shots that were announced. You got a Punisher Showdown one-shots. Punisher Black Widow, Punisher Wolverine, and Punisher Winter Soldier coming out in October, November, and December.
Who's Winter Soldier in the comic books now? I thought Bucky Cap was Cap.
Not anymore. They rebooted that like 6 times. Yeah, I have no idea. I don't know who he is now.
I like what? Like, see, I mean, this is the problem with Marvel, man. Get it together. Like when they gave Sam Wilson the Captain America shield because Steve Rogers had gotten old, like literally gotten old. I was like, okay, whatever. But then Steve Rogers came back, and they're like, well, what are we gonna do? Does he take the shield back? No, we'll let them both be Captain America. Like, what is this? Like, what? So there's 2 Captain Americas running around. Just if we had kept this mentality all along, I mean, because you got to think, Captain America has been Nomad. He's been the Agent. He's been the U.S. Agent. And then, of course, Captain America. So if you kept this logic of just like, we'll just all be it, you'd have like 7 Captain Americas in continuity right now. Like,
just like Spider-Man, pretty much.
I mean,
remember Spider Island? Spider Island was insane amount of people.
Yeah, but Spider Island was kind of a thing where all that stuff happened for one storyline. This is like main continuity people that took over as Spider-Man. So, like, and Marvel's always playing weird games with Spider-Man. Spider-Man has got more costumes than any other damn character in comics, I swear. Because you got Cosmic Spider-Man, you got Armor Spider-Man, you got Black Suit Spider-Man, you got Scarlet Spider, Ben Reilly, you got the two other characters that he pretended to be when he couldn't be Spider-Man. I can't remember what that storyline was. If Jareth was here, he'd school me because Jareth, he's about Spider-Man. But I mean, even Bombastic Bagman. It's like they have so many costumes for Spider-Man for no reason. And then like last year, Nightcrawler got to be Spider-Man. He was like called like the Uncanny Spider-Man or something.
Oh my goodness! Yeah, X-Men got a new title coming. It's called Maximum X-Men. So creative. I see your face. You got the. I just watched the Batman Pattinson movie, and that wasn't Batman.
If you're an X-Men fan and you're watching this podcast, I'm very sorry.
Everything you've been put through.
When in 1992, I would have been right there on your team. I would have been like, "Oh hell yeah, this is awesome."
Yeah.
There's so much opportunity for good stories in X-Men, and they take none of it. So I'm just not on board. And when I find out X-Men has done something great other than the same thing they've been doing for 30 years, I'll sign up and I'll watch it. But until then,
yeah, that is weird. I don't get it.
I remember when X-Men Unlimited launched. Remember X-Men Unlimited? It was like a quarterly.
Yeah, I remember that. They had a lot of issues in that book.
The first issue of X-Men Unlimited was like Professor Xavier, Cyclops, and Storm had crashed into like the Arctic. And
I think I remember that.
And they revealed this secret weakness to Storm's powers where her body tries to self-regulate with the weather. And because she was in sub-zero temperatures, her body was trying to heat itself to compensate for the sub-zero temperatures. It was like cooking her brain. So she was having like a mutant fever that was going to kill her. And Cyclops had to like keep everybody safe. It was a pretty decent issue. But the second issue, X-Men Unlimited issue 2, if I remember right. I'm sure James is out there sniping me in back issue bins right now.
Oh,
a story about a government project to create the ultimate weapon against Magneto. And they train this guy and they put him in this ceramic armor. And
ceramic?
Yeah, because magnetism can't affect it. So like this Kevlar and ceramic armor, and this dude is going out to take down Magneto. And this is where the concept of Magneto manipulating the iron in your blood came from, that they stole and put in X2. So you had this whole issue. That was like a 48-page comic book, but that quarterly was a large issue. You had this whole issue about this guy whose whole mission in life was this government-sponsored program to take down Magneto. He's fully equipped. They put all this research into it, and Magneto just makes short work of him by manipulating the iron in his blood. That is good writing. And you don't see stuff like that come out of them anymore. But unfortunately, it's been cherry-picked by every other thing ever since that used Magneto or something with magnetism powers. So you got to go back to the drawing board and find something new.
Yeah. There's always something. That's why I say it's better to dig up the stuff in the old stuff if you want real good X-Men stuff. I tell you, because the stuff they got going on right now ain't hitting, I tell you.
Yeah, I mean, but like we discussed last episode, I think, even with the Cable stuff, even with the Strife stuff, Executioner Song, I think was a great crossover, because I think the thing that was great about is it was like it wasn't often you got all those groups together.
Yeah.
The first time you saw those ensemble groups all kind of collide with each other in a weird way, because like X Factor had kind of been its own thing. You know, originally when X Factor was formed, it was the original OG X-Men as X Factor. But then by the 90s, you had the Alex Summers X Factor. It kind of been its own thing. It almost had a weird feel to it where it didn't feel like it belonged to the X books anymore. So like Executioner Song kind of brought it back in the fold. You're like, oh wow, it's cool to see these characters interact with each other.
Yeah, that's true. I just think the old stories just had better continuity, and it was a lot better back then.
Yeah, and they weren't trying to reset that continuity every year, so everybody got what they wanted. And that's the. I mean, it's essentially the same thing we were talking about earlier with the multiverse saga. It's like they want to have their cake and eat it too. There's as comic book readers, we have what's called sunk cost fallacy, where when we've been reading a comic book, we're afraid to stop reading the comic book because we're worried that as soon as we stop reading the comic book, the thing we've been waiting for that was good will happen even when the comic book's been bad. And but when the comic books get to running 200 issues, then people say, well, I don't really want to jump in right now. So Marvel's all new, all different, Marvel now, Marvel this, Marvel that. That's their attempt to give those readers that jumping on point. But because they do it so often, no one experienced sunk cost fallacy anymore, so they stop reading their book. So like I understand the game they're playing, but they don't understand the game they're playing. They just they want that issue 1, issue 2 bump on every book. So basically they're only making issue 1s and 2s anymore. They're maxing out like 10, 20 issues of every comic book and canceling. So I think we as comic fans, we want to feel like we invested. The whole idea of the first appearance. This is the first appearance of this. This is the first appearance of that. That's our comic mindset. Like we want to have that stuff. So when you start status quo resetting the comic book every 10 issues, everybody's like, well, I guess I'll just wait for the next one to come around because that one just...
You just can't get used to anything. I mean, you can't even get used to creative teams. They don't even stick around. They do that first 6-issue arc, and then you never see them again. And then the book never, or they get these artists that draw, and then they find a fill-in artist that draws just like the original artist and tries to pass them off, and then that artist gets picked up by somebody else, and it's frustrating.
Now I'm going to turn the hate train towards DC. DC hasn't done it lately, but after the success of 52, DC was trying to constantly make weekly comic books happen, where they would have a large crossover event, large story event in the universe, and there would be a weekly comic book attached to that event that would unfold over the course of a year. But you read through, number one, creative teams don't work that fast. So if you go back to that, I want to say the Batman weekly event, I can't remember what it was now. It was during... Either way, some of the artists that they had doing that book, way off the map. Far beyond...
Was it like else. No Man's Land or something?
No, it wasn't No Man's Land. It was right after the Court of the Owl stuff. It had Orphan. One of the major villains of the story was Lady... I can't remember her name. Orphan's mom. I can't remember who it is.
I think I know what you're talking about. I can't recall the name, but
Lady Shiva. Lady Shiva.
That was X-Men. Was that X-Men?
No, Lady Shiva is a Batman in question.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Kind of like a street level, almost like Daredevil in the Hand kind of thing going on.
Like a Typhoid Mary or something.
Little bit. Kind of like
Yeah, I think.
kind of like League of Assassins, almost. In fact, I think her organization is a competitor for the League of Assassins. Either way, they were so desperate to get people to do art for this weekly book that they had artists doing work in that book that were like far outside of the DC house style. And I don't mind having artists do some stuff that's outside of the DC house style. The art that they have on Absolute Martian Manhunter right now, in my opinion, is far outside the DC house style. However, when you have a weekly book and it's supposed to be a cohesive story, having that weird oddball artist doing that book takes you way out.
Mm.
That ain't it. I'm getting hits for this new one, and it's called Batman of Two Worlds. So.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Not. I would not be especially hopeful for that one either, based on the. Yeah, I can't remember what it was. It's immaterial. The whole point is that you can't do those weekly books. And you got to figure, other than Jack Kirby, who can apparently do 60 pages of art in a month, is what people say. My understanding is the average page rate of page per month is about 22 to 26 pages for a good artist, and that's if he's not noodling and slow. So if you're just cranking it out, you're making less than one comic book every month. So to have a weekly comic book, it's just too much demand. I would rather have a good, consistent story with consistent art than to have a book where you just slam some story together and then are getting mercenary with choosing your artists. So like, it's just an excuse to sell more comic books. So just so everybody doesn't say I only hate on Marvel. I don't remember Marvel doing anything like that.
Yeah, they get outrageous with that. I just don't like the way they handle it. But now they outsource everything overseas so they can pay the artists cheaper, and they got more artists on the payroll that can get more books done because they're just rotating artists. One book that comes to mind that came out this past Wednesday was pretty awesome. Was coming from Robert Kirkman and co-written by Joe Casey. It's a book called Terminal that's been heating up the stands. It's about a superhero team. Well, two factions of characters, and they actually, one of the characters on the team's sister goes missing, and it links them to this big conspiracy. I had the synopsis pulled up. It's a new ongoing superhero comic series created by Robert Kirkman and Joe Casey. And the story, one of the characters searches for her missing sister and lands in the middle of a global conflict between two brutal superhuman groups. Characters must unlock their genetic code to gain power, risking their lives and changing everything they know. It's a high-octane, violent, and unpredictable series with a 90s aesthetic and heavy character stakes. One of the great things I mentioned to you about the blind bags with the books, they did a blind bag for the first issue where you could get the second issue in the blind bag. You can get a foil or chromium cover, but they also had where they have 3 revolving artists on this series. And that's how I found out they did this thing. They have Dave Finch, who's a renowned cover artist, and this is his first fully penciled book since Skinbreaker, which is a series he did with Robert Kirkman. You have Andy Kubert of X-Men after Jim Lee, who had a huge run on X-Men. And you have Art Adams. He's a veteran that's done a lot of character. So what Robert Kirkman did is he has this rotating. Each of them do like an issue and then a second issue. They do 2 issues at a time or 3 issues. So in these blind bags, when you went to get the first issue at the store last Wednesday, in those blind bags, you have, of course, the first issue, the 1 in 25, the 1 in 50, the chromium cover, a signed cover. Well, you also had the second issue that's not due till August, but you also had the 7th issue drawn by Dave Finch, and you have the 10th issue drawn by Art Adams. So that means you're getting issue.
That's awesome.
1, 2, 7, and 10 available the first day. That's insane.
Well,
that is insane.
Honestly, I feel
and
like
this story is like, oh my gosh.
I feel like that's how it should be done. And as you know, peek behind the curtain, we got stuff going on behind the scenes too, where we're going to have stuff in the bag before we release it too. So, yeah, I think that's the way to do it. That way.
But Robert Kirkman and his, you don't fall behind.
Well, I mean,
get those books done.
Eventually, you're always going to fall behind. But DC has no excuse because they do the plans, and then they get, Jim Lee on a book, and then they announce the book, and then Jim Lee falls behind for whatever reason. I understand he's got health issues and all this other stuff, but all of that could have just been, it's outside of continuity stuff. Hush 2 was not running through main continuity books, so there was no reason to announce that book before it was done. So bad on them. They were in such a damn hurry to get the sales bump and to get that first issue out that they disappointed their fans by making them wait. And nobody can be mad at Jim Lee for being sick, but you can't be mad at DC for not just chilling out, making sure the damn thing's done before you went forward. And I think more companies should do that. It's costly to be in pre-production, but that's what the video game industry is about. You got to figure it takes years to make a video game. Years. So you're paying all those people for all of those years to make that video game when you're not making money. You don't get to sell them the first part of the video game and then forget about making the rest of the game.
That's coming. I'm sure somebody's going to do it.
Well, I mean, technically they do that in DLCs and expansions, but it's they give you a whole product and then they sell you an additional part of that product. That's okay. But when you're giving me 2 issues and then you're stumbling for 6 months because the artist that you just couldn't wait to finish the damn book is now got some family issues or broke his hand. We've seen it happen. Got arrested for cocaine dealing. That's a Del Keown story. I heard it's not true, but I've also heard conflict to say yes, it was true. They're playing with words when they say it's not true. So so if more companies would just chill, make the thing that they're going to make, especially when it involves a high-profile artist like Dave Finch or
Art Adams,
Andy
Kubert,
and just give them the time they need to cook because they're going to give you a great product. It's like I think Andy Kubert did Son of Batman, which writing-wise was woof, but the art in that book was top-notch, worth waiting for.
Definitely that. I really think it's going to be pretty awesome. This is another Skybound investment that they're working on. He really knows how to put that stuff on the table. That Battle Beast book dropped last week, sold out because this was the issue that they've been building towards. This Battle Beast spinoff book has sold copies. They're up to and they did the smart thing to keep Ryan Artley, the original Invincible artist, on there. They did issues 1 through 7 as one story, stopped for 3 months, let him recharge, get some more, the next story arc started, and then they started with issue 8 3 months later, at the beginning of this year.
I'm disappointed. I'm sorry.
What's that?
Well, I was going to say, you ain't going to tell me I officially have a Skybound investor in the family. Jera's invested a significant amount of money into Skybound this past cycle.
Yeah.
But I was hoping that Terminal was a part of the Invincible universe. It is not.
Oh, okay. It's not.
I think
It's a Skybound Image book. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's
But
a mistake. I think he really needs to keep on building that Invincible universe because I feel like he's doing such good stuff. If he keeps on the track that he's on, he is going to be the 3 in the big.
Did you see the book? They do have one that added to the Invincible universe. It's called Capes. Look that up. First, I think they're on like issue 9 or 10 right now. That book has been selling insanely as well. You can check out the.
Yeah, I'm just like I'm a Robert Kirkman fanboy. I'm late to the party, guys, but I'm here. I just think that he captures all of the fun that used to exist in comic books when we were kids. Where I'm looking at Capes now. Yeah.
So Capes is a comic book series by Robert Kirkman and artist Mark Englert that explores the mundane day-to-day lives of superheroes working for a company called Capes Inc., which employs them to protect New York City. The series, which began as a backup feature in Invincible, focuses on relatable issues like rent and relationships, contrasting with the high-stakes world of Invincible, and has been collected in trade paperbacks like Capes, Punching the Clock, a remastered version with new art and dialogue, was released in 2025. The premise: superheroes are treated like regular employees of a corporation, Capes Inc., dealing with workplace issues while on the clock. Characters feature a cast including Bolt, Kid Thor, Knockout, and Captain Comic, who have everyday concerns despite their powers. Connection to Invincible is set in the same universe and was originally a backup feature in Invincible issues 27 through 31, 34 through 38, and 40 and 41. And they have the trade paperbacks that you can get at Books A Million and Barnes & Noble and Amazon. So yeah, and it's a pretty exciting book.
Yeah, I'm looking at it. It looks like it's definitely playing a lot of humor. I'm okay with that. I'm completely okay with that. I would be interested in it. I can see some familiar characters from Invincible on the covers of the books that I'm looking at.
They got Ryan.
Robert Kirkman just seems like his stuff. Honestly, reminds me a lot of Larson Savage Dragon, because he just seems to be just like riffing on what he wants to riff on, but he obviously has a lot of love for the genre, and yeah, a lot of his characters they're not original characters, they rhyme a lot with established characters, but I think that's kind of the point. And I think he does what Liefeld used to do. Liefeld just used to sit back, look at Marvel and DC, and say, what character do I want to work on? And then Liefeld would just kind of steal that character. Yes, I said steal that character. Liefeld's character is basically stolen premises. He's gotten in trouble with it enough times. He stole some characters. So, but that's all he would do, is he would steal the characters and not do anything with them. But Robert Kirkman takes those characters, puts a new outfit on them, and does his own stories with them that will remind you of that thing, but then they become their own things. They give them distinct personalities, these weird situations, so I think, I dismissed Invincible because I was like, oh, this is another bad Superman story. But I wasn't looking beyond the bad Omni-Man story, and I wasn't looking at the very hopeful Mark story underneath, and how, Invincible is about making the good decision, not making the wrong decision. So, good stuff. Good stuff. Yeah, can't say enough about what he's doing, and I I wish there was a way for me to subscribe to him digitally and be able to read his entire back catalog without collecting a whole bunch of books. But I'm not sure that there is. I need to look into that.
Yeah. I don't know if it's an online way you can invest in those. But yeah, definitely worth checking those out.
Probably the standard digital comics market.
Yeah, probably so.
Yeah, probably regular storefront where you're buying. Skybound has a library of over 60 titles published across 100. Maybe. Interesting. I might have to look into that. I told you a couple episodes ago I did pay for the DC Unlimited subscription. It allows me to have access to their entire catalog.
Yeah, you told me.
Great price for what you get. I have some issues. Trying to read them on a tablet is kind of problematic because I'm old, I can't see very well. But when I try to zoom in on some of the panels, it turns the page. So I think they have some bugs they need to work out. Now, I used to read digital comics when Comixology was still a thing. I don't think that's really a thing anymore. Comixology had guided view, and guided view would step you through the panels. You had the option to turn it off, but it would actually step you through the panels, so this wouldn't happen. I think if they had something like this would be great. But it's frustrating enough that it might make my investment in their digital app short-lived.
I got you.
Not to mention the fact I'm so out of practice reading combos. When I sit down and read now, I start falling asleep. I'm like, whoop. Hey, what?
That's funny. Yeah, that does get you from time to time. I can imagine that.
So we're sitting at about an hour and 40 minutes. I think unless you got some more to add, I think we can probably call it there.
Yeah. I mean, some things to look forward to. I'm looking forward to the Spider-Man movie. I want to see some action. I want to see some Spider-Man action. I do not want to be sitting in the theater looking at somebody beside me going, Spider-Man ain't done nothing in this whole movie. So, yeah.
Well, then don't go to see the movie with me.
Oh, dude.
I think I'm gonna like it. Okay. I don't think I'm gonna be as overwhelmingly positive as you are, because I think you're overly generous with these Marvel things. But
it's not technically not Marvel to me.
This is the one that's effectively Marvel. They're co-developing this together. They got their characters all over it. They got their stuff injected into it. They're planning this for the. It's the other ones that are technically not Marvel. Which I think Sony needs to pick one. They need to make it in continuity, or they did not make it. I understand they want to keep a stranglehold on this. I think they got a sweet deal by letting Marvel pay for half of the production, and they get all the profits, or get a big chunk of the profits. They're getting all the boost of the MCU, so they need to just start playing ball with all of the franchises instead of continuing to ransom Marvel by making movies like. I'll take that out. You don't want to not
take care of that right there.
Yeah. But for those of you that don't know me, it is miraculous that I have kept clean language for 10 episodes of this podcast.
10th anniversary. Oh yeah, and then just some little behind the scenes tidbit. I know you're not big on them, but Spider-Man actually drops on somebody's birthday this Friday, that's Savage Jody.
Whose is it?
Who is it?
I
Who is
don't know.
that? Who?
I don't know
Who?
what you're talking
Yeah.
about. Like, I mean,
Why are you saying what way?
is it Tom Holland's birthday? Like,
No, it's
I don't
Savage
think you're
Jody's birthday.
correct on that one, by the way.
I do because it's not July 32nd. So, yeah.
Don't tell my dad.
Oh, yeah. No.
You
You're
know
like,
what? I
what?
swear I just looked the other day and it said the 31st was Monday.
Oh, no, it's Friday.
You are correct. You know, big joke.
Yep.
Growing up, my father. I don't have a good memory for dates either. Thanks for Facebook for telling me when everybody's birthday is. But my father has always had a problem with dates, and he always thinks that my brother's birthday is the day before. He always thinks my birthday is the day after. So it's been a joke in the family for years that my brother's birthday is March 22nd and my birthday is July 32nd.
Oh, yeah, that is. That's crazy. Yeah, well, actually, with two people we know had birthdays this past week. Shout out to my younger brother Nick. Happy birthday! Belated birthday was last Wednesday on the 22nd, and because we became friends, but you guys have been friends for years, I didn't know Adam's birthday was so close to yours.
Yeah, a lot of my friends from the 90s. Yeah, Adam doesn't listen, but you know he wants to.
Oh.
He keeps saying he wants to, but he doesn't. He doesn't get around to listening. But shout out to
but him.
You mentioning that made me realize Patreon. We have unplugged Patreon, and more importantly, so we're going to plug Patreon like right now.
You can always check us out on Patreon, where we post each episode and updates so you always know what is going on with the show. If you like the show and you want to help us keep the lights on while you are there, you can become patron. For as low as $2 a month, you can become a league member, and that will give you access to exclusive pre-show and post-show content each week, as well as the retro movie reviews. Or for just a little bit more, at $5 a month, you can become a Power League member, getting free show, post-show, retro reviews, a discount code for our merch store, and a producer credit in each and every episode. That's patreon.com/secret identities. Put it in your search bar, look for it in the show notes, or find it with the rest of our links with our Linktree QR code.
Yeah.
And then now we're done plugging Patreon. We can thank Hazy Eyed Girl for being a Power League member. Thank you, Hazy Eyed Girl, for your support for the 9th episode in a row. Well into her, probably now into her 3rd month. And to thank you for your support, you got Saved by the Bell. You got some swag coming your way. We sent you a care package that includes a Secret Identities t-shirt, a mug, and some other stuff. It should be there probably right about now. So thank you for being a supporter. And when we have more supporters, we're going to kind of periodically pass the hat around and send surprise goodies out to people.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you for being a part of our Patreon, and all you viewers out there. Please leave some comments on the topics that we discussed. What news did you like? What news did you dislike? The casting news, the comic book news, the movie stuff. What are you looking forward to in the Spider-Man movie? Which ones were your favorite leading to next week's episode, where we will be reviewing the Spider-Man movie. Brand New Day. Which of the Spider-Man movies or cartoon series did you like the most? What villains or characters from the Spider-Man universe would you like to see in future Spider-Man or Marvel movies? One character that I saw flipping through some old Eric Larson comics, I'm going to see if you're familiar real quick. Cardiac. Do you remember that character?
Yeah, Cardiac was actually, a few episodes back we were talking about how Marvel had an annual run where every annual for every book that year introduced a new character, and Cardiac was one of those characters. Cardiac was introduced in, I want to say, Amazing Spider-Man Annual, and that's the same year that the Cadre was introduced, and you know the Cadre from Stephen Platt's run on Moon Knight. Cadre was also introduced in, I want to say, another Spider-Man book.
I think so. Yeah.
I remember Cardiac well. Yeah, Cardiac and some interesting characters just kind of like disappeared. You know, you had, you remember in the '90s when Darkhawk, Cardiac, Slapstick, those characters were huge and everywhere, and now they're just like nowhere.
Yeah. Well, they came out with a Cardiac figure for the Spider-Man re-releases for the characters that they got. Just recently.
Was Cardiac a villain or was he an anti-hero?
I think a bit of both. They had the figure. If you look it up on Google, you can probably check it out. And then they had Onslaught was just recently released, which a lot of people were looking for as well with all the X-Men stuff going on. So, remember Hydro Man? The McFarlane one, where the guy, he's like a muscle character. He's got the comb over. It's a famous cover. I don't know if you.
I feel I'm feeling judged right now.
Hydro Man, he had water powers. Where he bring in like the tidal waves and stuff. McFarlane drew him.
He's a vigilante, so I think he's an anti-hero. He's not a villain. Cool design, really cool design on Cardiac.
Yeah, that's Larson.
I mean, hey, I ain't gonna take anything away from Larson. I didn't think that was Larson. If
that's the one you're talking about.
Hang on a second.
Well, put in Cardiac Eric Larson.
I don't think Larson is. I think Larson was gone. Cardiac. No. Let me see. Created by David Michelini and Eric Larson. No kidding. He must have designed that before he left Marvel, though, because. Oh
no, he drew him in Amazing Spider-Man before he left. Remember, he did the Amazing run after McFarlane.
Right before, must have been right before he left.
Though. No. Listen, McFarlane did Amazing Spider-Man first. He went on to do the Spider-Man adjectiveless title. Then Larson took over Amazing Spider-Man. That's when Cardiac appeared. Then McFarlane left Spider-Man, and then Larson went to Spider-Man and did that Sinister Six, Return of the Sinister Six story.
Okay, apparently he was not one of the annual characters. His first appearance was in Amazing Spider-Man 342 in 1990.
Yep, that's when Larson drew him.
And then he appeared as himself in that issue. Okay, hang on a second. So Amazing Spider-Man 344 in 1991 was the first time he appeared as Cardiac.
Yeah. I know you remember that cover.
You know.
I thought that was a sick cover back in the day.
Vaguely remember it.
You remember that?
That ain't a comb over.
It
was more like a pompadour than a comb over.
Yeah, it's a bad fuzzy picture, but
it's a good. I mean, but
awesome cover.
Yeah. So, yeah, Cardiac's a cool looking character. It's funny that shame they don't do anything with him. That's somebody should do something with. Instead of rebooting the same tired ass characters all the time, they ought to just reboot, do something cool with some of these off wall characters you never see anymore.
Yeah, that's true.
Could you imagine a Cardiac movie?
Oh yeah. That would be. That's why I said put him in. They put all these other tired characters in there. See, that's like Savage Dragon when you had all those villains pop in. You just had these one-off fights, man.
Right.
That would be pretty slick.
Yeah, I think that'd be cool.
That's what I like.
All right, man.
Yeah.
I think we beat the dead horse. Once I throw the spots in this episode, it'll be over 2 hours. It was another successful episode. We were planning on telling you some more con stories, but I think those can wait for our con survival guide episode in September for when Telly and I get together and do Baltimore Comic Con together.
Oh yeah, looking forward to that. That's gonna be awesome. Awesome. Yeah, that's the plan. Yeah, we got to secure a hotel and all the fixings for that too. Plan out where we're gonna eat, all that kind of stuff. That should be a big weekend.
Out of places to eat, man. They closed down Guy's Place.
Oh yeah. I heard. But they got some other stuff, man. I've been seeing some reviews and some stuff come across my Instagram, man. These reviews people put on.
There's a barbecue wagon up in the Baltimore area, but I don't know if it's open on weekends. It's so good. It's got a crowd, but it's only open certain days of the week because they spend half the week smoking and barbecue and everything, and then they sell it the rest of the week.
Well, we know who will be there for refreshments. Some ice cold water.
I can't believe you found a news article about that guy.
Oh man, yeah, that was it. James sent Hill sent me that. That was crazy.
I tell you what, man, like he is our number one contributor as far as people responding to our videos. I love it. Makes my day.
Maybe we can get a walk up interview with the ice cold water guy. Like, do you like comics, or do you just pour water on them? So yeah, that would be funny. All right,
it's another one.
Fun episode.
See you next week for some Spider-Man talk, Spider-Man spoiler-free review, and then a Spider-Man spoiler review to follow that.
And then don't expect too much from comic book movies and get your hopes up to get let down. Go in there with low expectations because it ain't always sunshines and rainbows.
And stay tuned for the I Told You So that's going to be in this box in the next 2 weeks, okay?
We already sent you the He-Man version, #1 on Amazon, Masters of the Universe.
I had no doubt. I reviewed He-Man better than you did. I gave He-Man a higher score than you did. I had no doubt. You're the hater.
We'll see.
We'll
see. Don't be mad. When Doomsday gets 10 stars, don't be mad at me.
The only time Doomsday... Only way Doomsday gets 10 stars is if it's playing Grand Theft Auto.
No, the only way if James Gunn Superman jumps out of the Guardians of the Galaxy ship in Doomsday, will you give that 10 stars and go, this is what I'm talking about?
There ain't going to be any Guardians of the Galaxy in Doomsday because it don't fit their narrative. There ain't going to be no Guardians of the Galaxy in Doomsday.
Nova Corps is coming. There will be Guardians not in Doomsday, but maybe in Secret
Marvel
Wars.
Corps is coming because they are about to F up royally, if that synopsis is correct.
Yep.
Okay. All right.
It'll be good. We'll hate to debate next time. Same channel, same time, or earlier.
Well, we will join you in a week, and Telly will be just as wrong then.
Thanks again for joining us. If you like what you saw, give us a like. If you didn't, let us know how we can do better. If you know someone else who might like us, please share. Help us boost the signal. For audio only, they can find us on Spotify by searching for Secret Identities Podcast. Or for full video, tell them they can find us on YouTube at Secret Identities-Pod. And of course, every episode is free to listen on Patreon at www.patreon.com/secretidentities. We also share clips of the show occasionally on Instagram at secret_identities_media or on TikTok at secret_identities_pod. Be sure to check out those socials. Drop us a like. Give us a follow. turn on notifications. That way you will always be updated, so you never miss an episode. You can look out for our streaming schedule, or just see some of the news and funnies that we share throughout the week. And don't forget to please follow us or subscribe wherever you are listening from.